Welcome to the inaugural episode of Switch Hitter. I'm Troy Mothershead. Today, we are going to surf this Somma Special Designs squid fish. It's called the Chancla. It's inspired by a Ryan Burch, which is fantastic because I brought the Ryan Burch Twin alongside the TA Twin, and the hope is to show that both of those fins are great for the surfboard. There is no one better than the other, maybe for certain conditions, or maybe for a specific way that you're trying to surf. So we're gonna swap fins in and out, catch a few waves, and try and showcase what the fins can do in this thing. I'm gonna start with the Birch Twin. This is a super fun fin. I feel like twin fins have had a bit of a revival, especially like in this space. We've kind of coined it like hybrid, right? If you have Hobie keel on one end and you have TA Twin on the other, something really upright, MR style, right? Versus just the OG Gepard, list style keels, then you kind of have this thing leaning, TA Twin into something here, right? Where this is a lot more upright than your kind of Hobie keel is going to be more raked back. I feel like I'm gonna be able to go out and almost imagine that I'm on more of a shortboard than I am on a fish. Really balanced, both bottom turn, top turn. Yeah, psyche. Let's go do it. Sick. Got the Birch Twinnies out there. Maybe a little softer waves than I expected, but I would say the word that kept coming to my mind is like nugget. This is just like a little nugget, and it's such a nice balanced, I think, area, and you could feel that in the fin. You could tell that like they weren't oversized. They were a nice size for the board, set off the rail, and you could kind of get that, like, they were even maybe at times like a little bit more skatier than I expected in a good way, where they were loose, kind of like I had said, in there's certain moments where you wanted like a lot of control over the tail and even enough where you could slide it, you could still do that. And then like obviously quite a bit of speed, a little bit less height on the fin, so less drag, and I don't know, felt pretty whippy and on point. Rad. So the TA Twin is our most upright twin fin, and it's tried and true. This thing's been in the line for, I don't know, probably 40 years at this point, if not more. I think that this fin is going to feel a little bit more skatey. It's going to feel like a little bit more on the high performance end of the spectrum, if that's the right place to put it. It's going to feel loose, especially in comparison to the other fin that we have, the Birch Twin. Like, hopefully what you're feeling kind of like a little bit slip, even if you push too hard off the bottom, and then off the top, the ability to like send the board into the top of the wave face and do that turn, but go, like almost even get the tail to slide out a little bit potentially. Yeah, I'm excited because it's kind of a fun way to surf this board too. So that's a TA Twin. TA Twin. My word for the TA Twin was fangy. Felt like I actually was thinking of this analogy of like the Birch feels like one of these like, kind of just back molars, little nugget. And this guy is a little more for show, a little more up front, you can see him when you give a smile. And so I could feel the tapered tip. I could feel there was a little bit like middle of the board, little bit more drag even, or kind of just like less control. The fins felt like they were like almost cavitating for a second. But then back on the tail, like foot over the fins, just so much like loose control, the ability to kind of go, okay, cool, I want to go there. And then, whoa, kind of almost like, you can almost like turn yourself out of it because you just have a lot of freedom. There's one really cool comparison moment, I think, where like I did similar turns on both fins, and on the Birch Twin, like you can feel that rake and drive, like the fin is taking you through the turn. Whereas on this one, TA Twin, you're way more aware of your back foot and that push and kind of almost like slide, like a slight overpowering of the fin, which feels really cool. And then obviously like too, the ability to get them a little bit more wafty, like I was able to get up into the lip and kind of let the fin release a tiny bit on one. And granted, this is all Troy surfing. We're not talking about, Ian or Birch or someone who really takes it to the next level. But for my little surf world, that's what I was doing. So yeah, like I think that the point is proven though, that the TA Twin does fit in the surfboard. And I would say that maybe when the waves are, have a little bit more pocket. I think when the wave was more flat, I just had a harder time generating my own speed. But I think even on the everyday, you could just be like, I'm a TA Twin surfer in this board, and that would totally be fine, but then again, like swapping them in and out just for the different feels. I think that's what's so awesome about it. It's like, how do you want to surf? What kind of waves are you riding? What's the board? And you have options. So you get a lot of play in between everything. So it all came together, and fun time.